Wave 5 has been unleashed for over a week now, and I must admit, it has truly captivated my attention, to the point where I've even lost track of my regular video recording schedule. Now I've had the time to gather my thoughts and excitement, it's time to eagerly plunge into the realm of possibilities that await us in the future. Welcome in, folks. My name is Swiftjar.
Hello.
And I'm thrilled to have you here to join me for my juicy Wave 6 predictions. Before we dive in, I've got a heads up for you. This video will briefly touch on the current status of the Datamines, and I will be referencing back to it when predicting. So, warning ahead, if you don't want Datamined information, I really do strongly advise that you click off this video. I also invite you to subscribe to this channel so you never miss out on our Mario and Mario Kart discussions, and to be part of our giveaway down in the pinned comment below. Alrighty then, let's kick things off by diving straight into the current status of the Datamines. To begin, a huge shout out goes to Fishguy on Twitter, who has graciously provided us with the remaining file numbers for the Booster Course Pass. Allow me to briefly explain what these numbers actually mean, and of course why they're relevant. The first number represents the wave, while the second number corresponds to the specific course. Now, here's the exciting part. These numbers align perfectly with the prefix Datamine that was unveiled during Wave 1. The prefix Datamine unearthed the system prefixes each track was from for each cup in the DLC. Although there have been a few hiccups in terms of the order in which the tracks were placed, overall this Datamine has proven to be remarkably accurate. By combining the newfound information with the prefix Datamine, we can actually paint a much clearer and more accurate picture for the future, and also gather a better understanding of the past. Let's go ahead and take a concrete example. Daisy Cruise's coding within the files reveals the number 46. This suggests that it was originally intended for the 6th spot in Wave 4. When we cross-reference this with the prefix Datamine, we can see that Wave 4 spot 6 was actually intended to be a double dash track. Knowing all of this, we can summarize what we can expect to see for Wave 6. Based on the coding and the prefix Datamine, we can expect 2 Mario Kart Tour City tracks, 2 Nitro tracks, 2 double dash tracks, a Super Mario Kart track, and a Wii track. Please do understand though that this does have the potential to change. We even saw this with Moonview Highway in Wave 5, which we now know replaced one of Wave 6's Nitro tracks based on the in-game coding anyway. If you do want to know all about the data mining details with Wave 5's release, check out my previous video on screen for a much more in-depth understanding. But essentially, these are the prefixes that we are working with. But here's the kicker. Am I confident that they're 100% accurate for Wave 5? Well, continue watching and you'll find out. Enough with the suspense, it's time for the real fun to begin. Let's get into these Wave 6 predictions. Starting off Wave 6, we have the Acorn Cup. As history and data mining suggests, we can expect yet another city track to lead the way. Among the city tracks from Mario Kart Tour, there is only one currently that hasn't made its appearance in the DLC yet. That of course being Rome Avanti. Ironically, I will actually be selecting Rome Avanti for the very first spot of the Acorn Cup. However, I do want to make it clear that the fact that it's the only Tour City track absent from the DLC has no bearing on my reasoning. After experiencing the incredible kickoff of Wave 5's Feather Cup with Athens Dash, I firmly believe that Rome Avanti is the perfect contender to kick off Wave 6. Why, you ask? Well, Athens Dash brought a unique twist by shifting the focus away from the bustling cityscape and focusing on the mesmerizing ancient ruins. It left an incredible first impression on me for Wave 5. While Rome Avanti may not replicate Athens Dash's extensive ruins, it does offer its own unique, captivating charm. Set at night, this track takes us on a thrilling ride through Italy and even the ancient Colosseum. It's the closest thing that we have to Athens Dash in the DLC lineup. Unless we receive a track that journeys through the ancient pyramids of Egypt, for example, my answer will remain unchanged. Therefore, I'm predicting Rome Avanti for spot 1 of the Acorn Cup. As we venture into the second track of the Acorn Cup, the internal coding and prefix data mining have hinted at a very exciting revelation for us Double Dash fans like myself. We are in for not just 1, but 2 Double Dash tracks in Wave 6. Notably, Mario Kart Tour has introduced 3 Double Dash courses that are currently absent from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, namely Dino Dino Jungle, DK Mountain, and Mushroom Bridge. Waluigi Stadium did of course make its way into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe before Mario Kart Tour, but it's worth mentioning though that we were actually aware of this beforehand, courtesy of Tour's data mining assets. Interestingly enough, as of this moment, there are no current data mining assets available for any Double Dash tracks, leaving us with a sense of mystery and anticipation for what's to come. I spent quite a while debating the Double Dash courses with myself, exploring all the possibilities. I even considered replacing one of these courses with GBA Lakeside Park, given how stunning it looks in Mario Kart Tour. However, I eventually decided against it, because the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe engine doesn't support skybox changes like we saw in Sunset Wilds. So, the most obvious and fitting choice is to include Mario Kart Double Dash's Mushroom Bridge in this slot. But no, I'm an idiot, and I've taken a daring step and chosen to go left field by placing GBA Luigi Circuit in spot number 2 for the Acorn Cup. Truth be told, I really wanted to make a bold prediction, and this is my standout choice that I honestly could see happening. GBA Luigi Circuit holds the distinction of being one of only 2 Mario Kart courses set in rainy weather, making it really intriguing and a very unique addition. After seeing Wii Movie Highway and Wave 5, it really has opened up the possibility of seeing a random track like GBA Luigi Circuit, or even a fan favourite track like DS Airship Fortress, show up in Wave 6. Honestly, nothing is impossible at this point. In the grand scheme of things, is it likely? Probably not. But it's what I'm gonna predict anyway, just to shake things up a little bit. For the third track of the Acorn Cup, my choice is SNES Bowser's Castle 3. Not only does this track align perfectly with the Datamined information that hints at a Super Mario Kart track, but Bowser's Castle tracks have long been a staple in the Mario Kart series, often finding their place as the third track in a cup. It's honestly quite surprising that we haven't seen one yet in the DLC. The reimagined version of Bowser's Castle 3 in Mario Kart Tour is clearly designed with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in mind. Unlike the other Super Mario Kart tracks in Tour, which appear flat and generic, Bowser's Castle is a 3D transformation of its original form, and is nothing short of spectacular. The attention to detail and impressive visuals make it a perfect candidate for inclusion in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm particularly excited about the section featuring all the dash panels, which seems like it's tailor-made for the anti-gravity mechanic. Considering all these factors, SNES Bowser Castle 3 would be an ideal fit for slot 3 of the Acorn Cup. Before moving on to the final track of the Acorn Cup, it's worth touching base again on the current Datamined information, more specifically on the fact that we can expect 2 more Nitro tracks in Wave 6. Interestingly enough, there are 2 Nitro tracks from Mario Kart Tour that haven't made their way over to the DLC yet, these being Piranha Plant Cove and Piranha Plant Pipeline. Having both Piranha Plant themed tracks in the same cup I believe will be a little bit overwhelming. Therefore, I think one of these will have to fit the final slot of the Acorn Cup. I genuinely believe that the final slot of the Acorn Cup will be better suited for Piranha Plant Cove. This track in my opinion provides the perfect conclusion to a cup. Similar to the city tracks, Piranha Plant Cove offers 3 different routes in Mario Kart Tour. In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I expect we'll get the city treatment, where every single lap will be different. The diversity of routes I believe will make it an ideal way to finish off a cup, just providing races with an exciting and dynamic final challenge. And that's my predictions for the Acorn Cup. Now we're halfway through the video, I thought I'd suggest that you join the Swift Cafe Discord, where you can chat with Mario and Mario Kart fans 24/7, and even race in our upcoming time trial competitions. You can find your invitation along with my Twitter handle down in the description below. Also, a massive shout out goes to Waluigi from YouTube, who helped design all the course icons for this video. This takes us over to the final cup in the DLC, being the Spiny Cup. As with all previous cups in the Booster Course Pass, the final cup being the Spiny Cup is almost guaranteed to start with another city track. As we have already selected Roma Vanti in the Acorn Cup, there are no other Mario Kart Tour city tracks from Tour that don't currently exist in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Therefore, we can expect at least one more city track to come to Mario Kart Tour prior to the launch of Wave 6. But what city will it be? Well, I previously made a Nitro Track data mining video where we analysed all the possibilities based on data mined assets. In that video, we found 2 tracks that could potentially be city courses. This included Athens, which is now being released, and coding titled Mob MD, which is speculated to be Madrid. Please note though that Madrid is purely speculation based on data mined assets, and I highly recommend that you watch the video for a better understanding. However, for the sake of the video, I will tentatively place Madrid here, in the first spot of the Spiny Cup. Taking us to the second track, my prediction points towards the inclusion of Mario Kart Tour's most recent Nitro track being Piranha Plant Pipeline. This captivating course takes us on an underground adventure, going through a fascinating network of warp pipes, and I must say, I really enjoyed racing on this track. Given that there are only 2 Nitro tracks remaining from Mario Kart Tour, and they haven't yet been introduced, and the Datamined Information suggests the addition of 2 new Nitro tracks, it really seems highly likely that Piranha Plant Pipeline will find its way into Wave 6 regardless. The only scenario where this might not happen is if they announce an expansion to the Booster Course Pass, just bringing more content to the game. But barring that possibility, I'm very confident that Piranha Plant Pipeline will be gracing us in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe come Wave 6. And racing on to slot 3, I firmly believe that we're in for a treat with a fan favourite course here, and I believe this will be the final double dash track of the entire pass. The decision for this slot boiled down to a simple equation: DK Mountain versus Dino Jungle. After much internal debate, I ultimately settled on DK Mountain for a few compelling reasons. Firstly, DK Mountain was a much more recent addition in Mario Kart Tour compared to Dino Jungle, just making it a fresher and potentially more exciting inclusion. Additionally, DK Mountain boasts a half-pipe section which was also featured in Mario Kart Wii, and we've definitely seen the developers show their love for Mario Kart Wii throughout the past so far. Moreover, DK Mountain has received significant aesthetic upgrades, including the modern Mario Kart logo on the starting line banner. However, one point against DK Mountain is the existence of DK Snowboard Cross in the DLC so far, potentially leading to a thematic overlap. There is also several Dino Jungle signs throughout other courses, but I don't think that has any relevance. This one is an extremely tough choice, but I always seem to find myself swaying a little bit more towards DK Mountain. This brings us to the climactic conclusion of the Booster Course Pass. It should come as no surprise that I'm thrilled to select another fan favourite, this time being Wii Rainbow Road. This version of Rainbow Road is absolutely frantic. There aren't a ton of obstacles, but there are several ways you can fall off, especially as there is almost no railings present, even with 30-degree slopes. There is genuinely so many tricks and turns you need to hit precisely just to avoid falling off. Simply put, this track is perfect for the final course of a cup, especially a cup called the Spiny Cup. The only way that I don't see this happening is if Nintendo pull a 360 on us and select Double Dash's Rainbow Road, or another Rainbow Road at that. I just think how they ended Wave 3 with 3DS's Rainbow Road for the final course of the year was just perfect, and I think they'll want to try to emulate that again. And with that, this sums up my predictions for both the Acorn Cup and also the Spiny Cup. To briefly recap, for the Acorn Cup, I believe we'll see Rome Avanti, GBA Luigi Circuit, SNES Bowser Castle 3, and Piranha Plant Cove. Whereas for the Spiny Cup, I believe we'll see a new city track, Piranha Plant Pipeline, DK Mountain, and Wii Rainbow Road. Be sure to let me know down in the comments section what your predictions for Wave 6 are. I genuinely love reading through all the comments, and especially looking back at them once the wave releases. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be much appreciated if you could leave a like and subscribe.
Thank you!
It honestly really helps out the channel a lot. I'll also be hosting our 10k live stream celebration this Sunday at 10 AM South Australian time. I would love for you all to jump in and join in on the celebration. And finally, a massive shout out goes to all of our members. I appreciate you all beyond words. Until next time, take care and goodbye.